What's up everybody, welcome to a new video on the channel. Welcome to some Horizon 5 once again, and in today's video I am going to do another Wheelspin video. So if you're new to the channel, you like the stuff that you're seeing here, of course subscribe, but also if you're new to the channel and you don't know what the Wheelspin video is, let me catch you up real quick. Basically there's wheelspins in the game, kind of like a little slot machine. You spin them, you get a prize. A lot of the time you get money, but you also get cars. Once I get a car, that is what I have to use for my build, and then I'll spin it again. We'll see what sort of money I get, and then I'll have to use that money for the budget of the build. The last time I did a Wheelspin drift video, we got this thing, and it's just sick. It's such a good car. It actually turned out to be so good to slide around and drift with. Because it's mid-engined, and I also made it rear-wheel drive. Well, sorry, it is rear-wheel drive. It's mid-engine rear-wheel drive. It is super fun to drive around, and we kind of just added more power and different tires, and it, like I said, it turned out to be such a good car. The video's on the channel somewhere. I think it's been uploaded about a week ago, and you guys can watch the full video on this car. It's a really fun one. So like I said, the randomness of this is what makes this really fun. I'm gonna go with a super wheelspin this time. I think the last time I went with a normal wheelspin, so let's do super wheelspin and see what we get. I mean, I have a lot of these anyway, so it doesn't really matter. A Saleen S7. I actually had a poster of this car when I was a kid. It just was absurd looking. Like, for a car, like when this car came out, let me have a look real quick here. Add this to my garage. I already own it. Plus, we have pretty much an unlimited budget. I wasn't even paying attention. We have at least 175 grand to spend on building this thing, which is, we don't need it at all. Like, we just don't. Now, the Saleen S7 is such a cool car. This thing came out in 2004, and there was not really a lot of cars that looked like this in 2004. Like, keep in mind, 2004 was quite a long time ago. It's well, like 19 years ago, which is ridiculous to think about. And this was so cool because Saleen wasn't actually a manufacturer, was it? Was it at the time? I'm pretty sure Saleen was just a tuner for Ford vehicles. I mean, it obviously still is, but I don't think they had many other cars other than the S7 at the time. But it's so cool. I don't know, there's just something really cool about it. Does this use the same taillights? What? Wait, we kinda... Wait a second. Wait a second here. Okay, it doesn't use the exact same taillights as the... For whatever reason, I don't know why, they just looked so familiar. Maybe because I'm heavily sleep deprived. Probably why they look so similar. But yeah, I've been making so many videos and trying to... I stayed up for so long, and I've been getting very little sleep, so I'll probably after making this video I will end up going back to sleep. Those lights look very familiar though. I swear they're on another car as well. Anyway, this thing sounds... It sounds mean. I love the way this thing sounds. I don't think this shares the sound with any other car in this game, does it? It drives really well too. Jesus. It's manual as well. Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, I loved the Saleen when I was a kid. It's super cool car. I still like it now. I still think it's a very valid, like, supercar. Very cool. Alright, anyway, let's do stuff to it. Let's bring it over to our garage. We have to turn this thing into a drift build. Again, this is what makes this series fun, because you can never guess what you're going to get as a car to build. I mean, we could get something that's really bad and we don't have a big budget, or we could get something that's like this and we have a lot of money to spend, or like the mix of... Like, the randomness of it all just makes it so fun to me, in my opinion. So I think that's why I really think it's really fun to mess around and see what we get with the wheel spins. Anyway, let's get started with our build. I'm just having a look at the aero real quick here. It's just disgusting Forza stuff as per usual. Is this NA? Stock, it's fully NA. It's a 7-liter V8. Very, very cool. That sounds pretty naughty with a supercharger. I kind of want to put it on. I feel like power is just not going to be an issue with this car, so I don't think we actually need to give this thing a billion horsepower. Wait, we can actually engine swap this thing, right? As well, we can if we really wanted to. We can put the Viper engine in it. Yeah, I don't want to engine swap. I want to keep the V8 that's in it now. Yeah, I'm thinking about supercharging it. I think it's gonna be a much better balance. Plus, I think it sounds really good too as well. As for the wheels, I feel like these are super unique. They're center locking nut as well. We can't really change much. We could change the tire compound and the rim size for the front, and that's it. We cannot change anything here. Surely, if we change to an aftermarket wheel, we can. Right? Let me just do this. No, we can't. We literally cannot. That's pretty mad. No, we cannot change anything on this car. So, grip-wise, I feel like, I mean, this already has like a decent amount of grip. Is this mid-engine? Well, it's mid-engine, but like the engine's so far back. Look at the back. Like, this is such a long car, though, if you think about it. Oh my god. Well, let me zoom the camera. Can I zoom the camera? I can't zoom it out anymore. Look how long this thing is. It's ridiculous. It's so long. My god. Like, I knew that this thing was long, but Jesus Christ, that's what she said. The front to rear weight distribution is ridiculous, by the way. It's 39% over the front, so it's very rear biased. It's a lot closer to what a Porsche's weight distribution is like, which is pretty mad. For our tire compound, we're probably gonna have to go with snow tires. Those are the ones that have the, I guess, the harder compound of pretty much all the tires that you see here. They're just better for sliding, especially when you're getting like sideways grip. I think they're good for not having a lot of sideways grip. I'm gonna actually look for a set of wheels for this thing. I don't want to keep it on the stock wheels. As much as I like the stock wheels, I think they do look good. There's still a very nice selection of wheels that we can pick from the ones that we have here. So, one sec. Okay, I don't know why, but I actually really like these, and they kind of suit this thing a little bit. So, I'm gonna put these on. Yeah, they don't look too bad at all. Alright, I'm gonna leave those like that, and then now pretty much max out everything, so we can adjust it and change it. So race transmission, buy a diff. I'm just gonna buy the off-road diff because we have money to spend. It's fine, just fully locks it. Again, keeping this thing rear wheel drive, drift suspension, very nice. Bit odd that you can't change the track width with this car. What's the thing saying now? I mean, the cage doesn't really help too much. It helps a tiny bit, the front to rear weight distribution, but it doesn't help that much. Alright, anyway, we'll leave that there, and then let's go to the power, and let's see what sort of power this thing puts down. And again, it's all going to the rear wheels. It's such a long car, like I feel like this is going to handle very odd. It's just going to feel weird for being such a long vehicle. Because I mean, if you think about cars that are really short, the distance between the front and the rear wheels is going to be like much smaller, making it so much more agile. So we'll see what this is like now at the end. So we only spent about 67 grand on this whole build, and we gave it so much more power. We got rid of a bunch of weight as well, but obviously our lateral G's went down because of the tires that we put on this thing. I really wonder what it's going to drive like. I really do. Usually with Porsches, they're very noticeably like easy to drive, even with just your standard setup on it. You know what I mean? Like there isn't much to really complain about when you're driving a Porsche, or when you're trying to slide a Porsche. So we'll see what this is like. I adjusted a bunch of stuff anyway afterwards, but it's just very basic stuff that I changed there, especially the transmission, I feel. The idle sounds a bit different, I think, right? Oh my god! Oh my god! Why did I never hear this V8 in this? I never drove this car in this game. Oh my god, this thing screams. I really like this engine. Oh my god. It's so loud. It is so loud. Alright, let's go slide it. Oh my god. I did not expect that at all. We'll start from the very top. Jesus, man. I definitely expected this thing to be like a decent sounding car, because V8s are always like pretty good in this game. Okay, well the power definitely is there, so I don't really have to worry about that. There is that sideways grip that we just don't have. It's a little sluggish to change direction. I mean, it's very much expected. I literally took that entire corner without steering at all. That was literally all-wheel sliding, pretty much. Didn't even counter steer. I literally just controlled it with the power. And of course, I would never even think of repointing this thing. I mean, it's perfect in silver. It's got such a weird look to it, right? Because it looks like early 2000s meets like 90s type of vibe. Like, this reminds me of the McLaren F1 so much. Maybe that's where the taillights are from, to be honest. That V8 is so sick. That V8 is just majestic. Oh man, it's nice. Not a lot of angle there because I went in way too shallow. And a little bit too slow. Oh, I ruined it. I ruined it. I wanted to just clip the rocks. Just a tiny bit with my rear end, but I didn't mean to like fully mount the thing. Oh man, it's so nice. Yeah, you can definitely tell this thing is like 2 miles long. With the way it drives. It's like so slow at changing direction. You like start counter steering and you like sort of go full lock and try to get it to change direction, and then it like sort of thinks about it for a minute. It's like, oh, should I maybe do it? Ah, yeah, maybe I should now. The front feels fairly light, I guess. It does go into a corner pretty nicely at the front end, but then for whatever reason when it comes to transitioning, not fantastic. Again, it's also the tune itself. I haven't done anything to it, but slight adjustments we'll definitely get this thing to be a little bit better, but I honestly can't complain with the standard setup that's on it now. It's really, really fast. You can see how fast I'm flying into these corners. I mean, we don't really need to go this speed at all down this hill, but it's doing such a good job. And I know I'm like okay at drifting or sliding around in this game. Like I'll say I'm above average, but the thing is, even with new cars, right, especially cars that I've never driven before, a lot of the time, you know, it'll take me like 1 or 2 attempts or 1 or 2 runs to fully get the grasp of a car, right? And there's very few times where I'll hop in a car and I'll just immediately start sliding it, and then just for it feeling just naturally good. This is one of those cars where it just feels very, very good straight off the bat. Like, I didn't have to get used to it or anything like that. Like, immediately the first couple of corners, I immediately knew how much power and throttle I need to put down when I'm in a corner, how much steering, braking, when I need to handbrake, everything. Like, it just sort of clicked in my head. I mean, Forza is pretty easy when it comes to, well, Horizon anyway, is pretty easy when it comes to drifting in the game. You know, like, everything's pretty easy to slide. It doesn't matter what car it is, you can just sort of, you know, go sideways in it, and you can find its weak points, find its strong points pretty quickly, and be able to slide pretty much anything you want in this game. But like I said, it's just such an intuitive car. Like, it just feels brilliant. I can't believe it. We got 2 cars in a row, I guess, now, if you want to count the Lamborghini as one of the cars, where it's just a car that's not built to go drifting at all, and just by adding the drift suspension and some upgraded parts, and you turn these things into an absolute beast to go sideways. I can't believe how good this thing is. Seriously, I didn't expect it. See what I'm saying, man, with the throttle? Like, it's just so intuitive. And I honestly think even the gear ratios right now, I feel they're just so good that I really don't want to change them. Like, 4th gear was just the absolute perfect gear to go down that hill. And even long slides like this, like you can keep it going back and forth. A little bit off the road there, that's okay. You can keep going back and forth. It's so easy to control. That is the case though with mid-engine cars. I feel like with mid-engine cars, it's just the balance of them. Like, I mean, this one's a lot more rear heavy than the I think than the Diablo was. I'm pretty sure the Diablo was a lot more closer to 50-50 than this car. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're both very similar, but it felt a little bit easier, a little bit nicer to slide once it was fully tuned. This thing though is just spot on. The thing is, the only thing I don't like about it, well, I do like it because it's cool, but the only thing I don't like about the handling of it is that it's really fucking long. It's really long, and the time of it for it to transition is pretty mad. I can change a couple of things to kind of adjust for that, and I can get it to transition a little bit quicker. I think even just the basic stuff, even the basic stuff to make the transition quicker. If I just do this and change my steering to sim. See, like, it transitions much quicker like that. But this is what it should be like when it's on standard steering, you know? And on sim steering, it should be almost undrivable with sim steering on a controller. I don't know. It's sick. I love it. It's such a good car. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you everybody for watching today's video on the Saleen S7. A very cool supercar from back in the early 2000s, which I always loved. I seriously always loved this car. And I feel like it's not talked about enough, or it's not praised enough. I don't know, maybe there's something about it that I don't know about, but I really like this thing. I've always liked it, especially all the little gills everywhere on it. It's just such a cool design. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of the video, and of course of the build, and what you guys think of the Saleen S7 and its amazing engine sound in this game. For whatever reason, it made it sound so good. And I never ever knew about it, because I've never driven this car in this game. I never actually paid attention to it. But it sounds brilliant. Alright, anyway, I'll leave it there. thank you again for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.